Imagine you run a B2B supplier and you get the call every manager dreads. Your largest client demands an immediate, non-negotiable 10% price reduction. Panic often drives leadership to institute across-the-board budget cuts. This reactive approach strips resources from core functions, degrades product quality, and eventually alienates the customer you are trying to retain. If your operation runs on a typical 8% profit margin, a 10% price cut pulls your entire profitability below the zero line, plunging the business into the red. Survival requires viewing the organization as a sequential set of activities. Each component must be surgically analyzed to identify where the math is failing. A price cut is only a fatal blow if leadership lacks the visibility to know where money is made and where it is lost before the product ever reaches the customer. Michael Porter, the architect of modern competitive strategy, designed a framework specifically for this problem, mapping the operational DNA of a firm. This is the fundamental equation of organizational survival. Margin equals value created minus the cost of activities required to deliver it. Increasing that margin requires two choices: ruthlessly eliminate costs to drive down expenses, or elevate the offering until the customer becomes price insensitive. To pull either lever effectively, you first have to build a map of your operational ecosystem, the value chain. Porter's value chain framework maps points of cost leakage and value generation. 5 primary activities form the bottom layer, physically touching the product from inbound logistics to customer service. 4 support activities span the top layer, ensuring primary line functions have the resources to execute. These support functions must act as operational enablers. When they fail, they turn into bureaucratic friction that slows down the entire primary line. Every node in this 9-gear blueprint offers a distinct opportunity to either bleed cash or multiply strategic value. Consider Siam Flavor, a B2B sauce manufacturer facing that 10% price cut demand. We map Siam Flavor's operations onto the framework. Inbound logistics reveals 3 months of dried chilies held as dead capital. Switching to just-in-time delivery frees this cash. Simultaneously, manual capping inflates defect costs. Procurement resolves this by leasing automated cappers, instantly boosting efficiency. Lean operations focus on surgically eliminating dead capital and friction within precise primary nodes, rather than relying on broad, blind budget cuts. The greatest hidden vulnerabilities often lie within the linkages. Organizations often fall victim to the silo effect, believing that if every department hits local metrics, the company's global margin will automatically improve. For example, procurement hits their cost-saving target by buying the cheapest flour, but high moisture in that flour jams the operations machinery, causing massive downtime. This failure cascades, degrading product quality and leading to a flood of client rejections that dwarfs the initial savings. A $10 saving upstream at a broken linkage can trigger a $100 loss downstream. Beyond cost reduction, managers can utilize a second lever, asymmetrical value creation. Strategic linkages generate immense value. Here, technology development synchronizes with marketing. Instead of a cheaper formula, R&D engineers a premium, high-heat resistant sauce. Sales shifts to culinary consultants, offering free custom menu designs using this premium sauce to attract diners. This enhanced proposition changes the financial logic. The new menu designs are so effective that the client abandons their price cut demand completely. Synchronized linkages generate an offensive value proposition that neutralizes downward price pressure from the market. To apply this precision to your own firm, you must adopt the lens of a business diagnostician. Use this 5-point checklist to audit your chain. Check 1. Identify your core value node. Determine if your edge lies in R&D or in flawless outbound logistics. Then protect that node at all costs. Check 2. Execute a make versus buy analysis. Outsource any non-core primary activities that create unnecessary fixed costs. Check 3. Audit your support activities. These should act as agile enablers, not as sources of bureaucratic overhead. Check 4. Hunt the seams. Walk the factory floor to identify physical and communication bottlenecks at the linkages between departments. Check 5. Demand strategic alignment. Every node must execute the exact same competitive strategy without exception. An optimized value chain ensures that from the loading dock to the boardroom, the entire organization follows the same strategic path. Managing solely by end-of-month financial statements is reactive. Value chain transparency offers proactive control over the business. Effective operational leaders engineer and control the specific sequence of activities that physically manufacture profit. But a perfect whiteboard design is only half the battle. How do you ensure employees execute that strategy every day? Bridging the chasm between theory and execution requires translating strategy into measurable action. We will decode that process in the next episode.